now. We're tracking another fall day, but an increased fire danger. How will the winds play a role? Details next.
That'd be a rinse and repeat today.
I love that. Yes, rinse and repeat for the most part. You're going to love today. Taking a live look, keeping a close eye on that atmosphere for you. You can see if you're headed to work, enjoying that Sunday, or getting up early for church, or just enjoying that cup of coffee. You can see right here, Southwest Freeway slowly picking up. But your day planner, as Kathy said, really is rinse and repeat. Those morning lows in the 50s and 60s. We'll continue to watch and track poor air quality and allergies. And of course, another day with fire danger, especially up to the north. So it does kind of feel like fall this morning. Spring, thank you so much for watching. 64. You can see right here, Pearland, 64 as well. And as we take a look at Tomball, we're at 58. So again, we're in the 50s and 60s as we start your day, hour by hour. We'll continue to watch and track. Really, it's going to be just that increased fire danger, especially same area as yesterday. All the areas in blue, that's moderate. That's the majority of the Houston area. We have the dry conditions, and we're going to see the winds slightly pick up. But this is going to be that 45 corridor up into the north as you make your way up into the Woodlands and Huntsville. And this is that 59-69 corridor. As you make your way up into the Cleveland-Livingston area, you're at a higher risk for fire danger. So not only do we want to bring our A game, but we want to make sure we're not dealing with some bonfires. How will the winds play a role in that? Details coming up after the break.
Day, my daughter was asking him about them. Like, where did you get those pumpkins? I'm like, she brought them in.
I'll have to show you. Yes, those little mini pumpkins you can get for $2 or less. So it's a great bargain, especially if, you know, for the kiddos. And today you can go find that pumpkin patch and pumpkins. Today, is that a thing? Pumpkin patch. It is this morning, I'll tell you that much. But it is going to be a great day to go to the pumpkin patch. Add them together, it could be a little bit more of a problem. So we have a poor air quality alert. So this is going to be right here, as all the way from the Woodlands into the Freeport area. So we have an air quality alert, plus we still have allergies, and ragweed is still very high, followed by grass and mold, which is moderate. Tree is low, but you take that poor air quality, then you add the ragweed, and that could be a little tricky. So if you suffered yesterday, or you maybe just had some symptoms, it's going to be the same story for you today. So we'll layer that on, plus we'll continue to watch that fire danger, and you can see it's been extended just a little bit. So this is that 45 corridor up into the north, so we'll watch that near the Woodlands into Huntsville, and then that 59-69 near Cleveland. We'll continue to watch that area for fire danger. So again, for you folks and everyone in the blue too, we still need to be mindful. It's going to be, we want to make sure we're not having those bonfires, even though it does feel like fall. And of course, we want to be careful with our yard work, especially if you have dry grass in your area, which some areas, as you know, do. So when we have fire danger, what I'm looking at is a couple different things. Thankfully, we're not looking at gustier conditions. You can see between 5 and 7, it's going to pick up to 9, so that's not really a thing. If it were into 20, 25, 30, that would make it more critical. It's not the story. However, we still have to bring our A game. Just a little bit of a spark can cause a fire for us today. Now, one thing working for us in terms of fire is at least we're gonna have a little bit more water in the atmosphere. You can see our dew point. We're going from that humidity from comfy yesterday, which, oh, it was, to muggy. So it's gonna feel slightly sticky as you step outside. It's not terrible, but you'll notice it. Now, looking at those temperatures, as you know, Thursday, that front pushed through and it's been dropping down our temperatures. Our friends in Dallas, they're at 68. Austin, 60. And for us in Houston right now, we're at 64, which really isn't that bad. Zooming in again, Woodland 62, Kingwood 61, Pearland, you're at 64. So it's nice, it's refreshing. Our friends in Tomball, you're the winner right now. We're at 58. So if you're going to be looking for that pumpkin like Kathy's daughter was talking about, maybe those even mini pumpkins, you can see hour by 10 o'clock we'll be at 81, and we're going to stay in the 80s for our 10-day forecast. So again, it's picking up on the Southwest Freeway. Of course, construction also going to slow you down just a little bit. But here is what we're watching. Did you like yesterday? If that answer is yes, or if it's no, Mother Nature is kind of giving us the same thing. Those morning lows, thankfully, are nice, crisp, and refreshing. We're in the 60s, but we will continue to watch and track air quality plus allergies. It's right here, this 45 corridor up to the north, that 59-69 corridor. Your areas are a lot higher, so you have to keep that in mind. No bonfires. When we're doing our yard work, we don't want to park our car in dry grass. We want to be careful of the yard work that we do too, despite the fact that it's going to be a gorgeous day. And those temperatures, yeah, it's really backing it up. Spring 63, Pearland 62. 64 right now. Tomball, 58. So those temperatures, at least, same as yesterday. But when are we going to get a heat up? Or will we get more of the same? 40, we continue to track those fall-like temperatures, but it's all about the fire danger, poor air quality, and yes, allergies. Oh, a lot to talk about. All coming up next. Thunderstorms, so that's the good news, but we will continue to watch and track a couple of different things to plan your day. So everything you need to know is that, yes, as soon as you step outside, it's nice. It's refreshing for the most part. So I put rinse and repeat. Those morning lows were pretty much for the majority of the area in the 60s, but we have to add in poor air quality. We have an air quality alert and allergies and another fire danger week. So with all of that being said, it is rinse and repeat, but if you're sensitive to poor air quality, or maybe you live up to the north, this is that 45 corridor, this is going to be a 59, 69, the weather is going to impact you in the terms of, like, you might not be able to do your yard work or that bonfire you wanted to have because it does feel like fall. That's going to be put on hold because of the fire danger and those drier conditions, those areas that are already dry. And you can see for the most part, Houston, the majority of us are still going to watch for, again, that fire danger. So we have to be careful of that. And whenever we talk about fire danger, and we're going to talk about allergies coming up next, the first thing I'm looking at really is the winds. Now, what's working for us is that we have low wind speeds today, right? You can see we're just above breezy, but thankfully, again, lower wind speeds helps us reduce the spread of fire, and it does help with allergies. So looking at allergies, I mean, we can't beat this. Ragweed is still very high. That's not going to change, but thankfully, we don't have gustier conditions carrying it further in our area. Now, grass mold, both moderate. Tree is low, so some good news. But if you have a ragweed allergy and you have poor air quality, or you're just sensitive to poor air quality, whenever we combine the two, that's when some people just have tough problems. So if you struggled yesterday, you're probably going to struggle again today. And this is going to be all the way up into the north, into the Freeport area, and we'll watch that throughout the day. The only slight difference I really think today is compared to yesterday is yesterday we were in comfy. Now we're in muggy. So we have a little bit of water in that atmosphere, which will actually help us in terms of fire, but we will continue to watch and track this. So it might feel just a little sticky, but it's not going to be like that hot, steamy, sticky. It's just going to be there, just above comfy. All right, let's take a look at your hour by hour night dinner. We're going to be at 83, but as you get ready for church, you might still want to dress in layers. We're going to be in the 60s, and that will change around 10 o'clock. Looking at those temperatures again right now as we speak, Houston, thank you so much for waking up with us. We're really grateful. We're at 64, Bel Air 65, and Crosby right now we're at 63. So it's nice, it's crisp, it's refreshing. Tomball, you're in the 50s. That's the good news, and we're going to hold tracking another gorgeous fall day, but we'll continue to watch for a threat of fire danger. Details next.
We love it.
That is the truth, and I want to start out with this, Kathy, because you can see if you got to do or not, but you can see at the Giraffe Zoo, they're cleaning up the backyard right now as we speak, and normally that's like a really cute thing to talk about as a meteorologist because it plays a role in the weather. Can you go ahead and clean out the backyard or not? And I will say for the most part, it's going to be okay, but we want to be careful of the lawn equipment that we use, especially this is 45 in the northern area. This is 59, 69 corridor. As you make your way up to Cleveland, those areas are at a high risk for fire danger. So even though it looks really cute at the zoo, if you live up north, we want to take extra caution. And even though it does feel like a gorgeous fall day, which it will be, we want to say no to those bonfires today. So today it's going to be rinse and repeat. Those morning lows, yes, it's in the 60s. Actually, I just stepped outside. I was like, I need a little cardigan. It's kind of chilly. Poor air quality and allergies also going to be the trend for us. So again, it's going to be a lot like yesterday. Looking at those temperatures, Spring, thank you so much for watching. We're at 62. Houston, 65. And for my friends in Clare Lake, you're looking at 65 right now as we speak. But hour by hour, if you're going to be looking for the
Love these pumpkins.
Don't you love the little baby pumpkins? Because today is a perfect day to go pumpkin searching, I think. And you know what? I have 3 of them, and I just caught myself saying this. Well, I have another mini pumpkin in my purse. That's a good question.
What are you supposed to do with that pumpkin in your purse?
I don't know. give you the weather and have a good day. That's exactly what we're doing. Maybe you're going to get a little pumpkin for your purse. It never works great for digital videos, I'll tell you that much. All right, let's take a live look. Let's go. I have short sleeves on. I was like, oh, I need a cardigan. It's kind of chilly this morning. So keep that in mind. Again, today is going to be a lot like yesterday. In fact, I put rinse and repeat. Those morning lows in the 60s. That's thanks to that front that pushed through on Thursday, dropping down our temperatures. But what we will continue to watch and track, just like yesterday, still looking at poor air quality, allergies, plus we still have a fire danger, especially for you folks up north. So we still want to avoid all those bonfires. Air quality alert, you can again see it from the Woodlands all the way down into the Freeport area. And then we're going to say, okay, if air quality is a thing for you, maybe you're sensitive or maybe you're on the milder part of the scale, but then you add in the allergies. When you combine them too, it could actually make for a tough day. So ragweed is still very high, followed by grass and molds, moderate. Thankfully, trees not so bad, but ragweed, poor air quality, those will really be the trends today, much like yesterday. Now, something that has changed just a little bit, this is going to be those northern areas. We continue to watch that fire danger because we've had just such warmer temperatures, lower humidity, so dry air. And then you can see right here some slightly breezy conditions, but overall, we'll continue to watch right here. This is the 45 corridor up to the north. This is 59, 69. So everybody still is on fire danger today. For the majority, we're at moderate, but the places in yellow, they're going to be high risk. So with that, again, we want to make sure we cancel those bonfires. We're being careful when we're outside with that lawn work because we don't want to spark a flame. Now, something that's working for us, you can see right here, our winds, they're still breezy. They're not in the 20, 35 miles per hour. So that will help slow the spread of fire if we should have one, and it's going to help reduce the allergies, meaning we're not carrying it as far. Now, we are looking at muggy conditions as well, so that moisture in the atmosphere will also help with the fire, but you'll notice it just a little bit, a touch of stickiness. Thankfully, it's not that traditional stickiness that we've been dealing with. Dallas 67, Austin 60. For my friends in Houston right now, I guess that's us, we're at 65, Kingwood 60, Houston 65, Pearland 64. But what about those morning lows as you get the kiddos ready for school? All those answers, Kathy, coming up next. That is the truth. It's October. It's about time. I mean, last week we had above average fall sizzler. Now it is feeling like fall. In fact, again, I stepped outside. I was like, it's kind of chilly. Put a cardigan on. Taking a look at the kazoo, you can see right here they're cleaning out. And if you're going to be raking today or being out in the yard, just be careful. We still are watching. To continue on, that morning low is 66. You can see as we start our Monday, get the kiddos ready for school, we'll be at 68. We'll hold that trend, but by Friday, that humidity comes back. Hot, sticky weather is headed our way, so enjoy it while you can, Kathy. Water in that atmosphere, which will actually help with fire danger. We're just not out of the woods. Taking a look at the zoo, though, you can see it is a gorgeous day. Again, much like yesterday, those temperatures looking great. In fact, we had the front that pushed through on Thursday. Dallas now at 67. Austin 60, and for us right here, we're at 65. This is seasonable for us. So hour by hour, as you can 10-day forecast, you can see the next couple of days, especially tomorrow as you get the kiddos ready for school, we'll still be in the 60s. Those highs will be in the 80s, but by the end of the week, we'll be back in the 90s. It's fall, y'all. That's what we're saying.
Head on over to the pumpkin patch. More local news stories are streaming right now on the KPRC2 Plus live stream. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Sunday. I can't believe we're only a few weeks away